Bingies, welcome to the BingeWorthy podcast, part of the GeekBeast network. My name is Randy, and you can see I got my brothers in here with me tonight. First coming up is the new from the Ville, Rakai. Man, let the people know who you are, son.
Hello, Governor.
And bad and clean up, we got Chuck. Chuck, tell them who you are, man.
What it do, people? We back again.
And we are the BingeWorthy podcast. The purpose of the BingeWorthy podcast is that we will binge watch an entire series to let you know if you should. We will start off by rating the series using our unique BingeWorthy scale. Then we engage in conversation. And at the conclusion of the show, we re-rate it. Tonight, we are talking about House of Ninjas. It is a Netflix series with 8 episodes. The premise is the show revolves around around a shinobi family that lives in a traditional house of ninjas in present-day Japan. 6 years ago, their eldest son died during a mission to rescue a kidnapped politician, and the family abandoned the discipline. They aimed to be a normal family, but struggle with some idiosyncratic, I don't know if I pronounced that right, dysfunction. Idiosyncratic dysfunctions. When a new crisis unfolds, however, the family is drawn back into the shadows of its past. So right now we're going to turn to my technical director, Rodney. Let us know how Kai and Chuck and myself rated House of Ninjas. All right, so we got a snack and 2 mini meals. So it's that 8 divided by 3. That gives us a 2.66. So we can round that up to a snack for the initial rating of House of Ninjas. All right, so
round it up to a mini meal.
What mini meal? We're gonna round it up to a mini meal. 2.66, round it up to a mini meal. So let's talk about this. I'm gonna start with you, Rakai. You rated it a snack, so defend your rating, sir.
Well, I rated them a mini meal, and because it was middle of the road, I think the greatest problem that I had with House of Ninjas, while it was interesting, for one, Netflix sold me a bill of goods that did not deliver. Like, if you have seen the trailer for House of Ninjas,
man,
the show that I got was completely different. I don't know what the hell they was talking about. And I understand. Unfortunately, the Western world still has no idea how to market things from the Eastern shores. So if we got Shinobis, hey, ninjas is in the damn title. So it's got to be some, high flying, crouching tiger, hidden dragon type shit. And that's not what we got. I was confused watching the first episodes. I was like, wait, when is all the super high flying action kicking in? And the problem is they kind of did the same thing to us with the brother son. The brother son just put together a better story, and they kind of deftly weaved in and out of drama, action, and even comedy. This didn't have any comedy. It was drama and not enough action to be called House of Ninjas. So it was okay to me. It happened.
So I'm gonna jump in right behind you. And the only reason I'm jumping in right now is because I echo everything that you said. And I was looking for all of the badassery action scenes that the trailer showed us. And to your point, like, I don't want to lump all again, but like the brother son was dope. And so I was expecting this, and I kept waiting and I kept waiting. And then I watched it in the English dub, and it was like, oh, this is terrible. And then I switched it over to, Japanese, but I was like, man, I got things to do. So I couldn't just, like, it was just, to me, it just threw me all off. And what I was expecting for this show, I did not get. And so, I was really lost for like the first 3 or 4 episodes, and it picked up some, but it just wasn't enough to turn it around for me. I was hoping, maybe you guys had some different insight, or maybe that I was missing something that you could add to it, but I just didn't see it. So because I was confused, because it didn't meet expectations, and again, things don't have to be for me to live up to, but like, because it was my expectations of what I had, I was hugely disappointed. So I had to bring my rating all the way down to a snack. What about you, Chuck, man? Defend your rating, sir.
I can defend my rating easily. I looked up the name to make sure the name was right, and then the name of the show in Japanese is Shinobi no Ue, no Ie, and that's the House of Shinobi. And so for them to call it ninjas is something different. Shinobi is the person that hides in the shadows and sneaks around and does a lot of intel work, right? And ninjas are like warriors. They are invisible warriors. They do wet work. They're like farmers. They use farm equipment. That's why the claws and stuff, those are things that throw bales of hay and move crops and stuff. They use a lot of crop tools. That's what made ninjas so dangerous, because they can take your everyday thing and make it into a weapon. They were like chair leg. in the interesting take of things. And so when I saw that House of Ninjas, I agree with Rakai. Initially, I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be some American Ninja shit in Japan. I can't wait to see it. So I'll see where they go. I was gonna see some ninjas fly, jump on scale buildings and stuff. You get a little bit of that, but it turned into Batman, and Batman is Shinobi. It came a detective story. Something happened. They're figuring out what happened. One girl thought her brother was still alive, so she's trying to figure out that. Everybody was on a different mystery, and they all kind of coalesced together by the very end into one thing. Like they talked about the Fuma clan, and Fumas are wind demons, and so wind demons are warriors that usually use fire. So I thought this was interesting and use a lot of fire in this. But the fact that they had Fuma and they didn't use them the way I thought they were going to use them, but I felt like I wanted more action, but I'm glad for the show that we did get. One of my ratings on why it became a mini meal for me was even the subtitles were not good. I think they took too many liberties with the subtitles, and it didn't represent what the Japanese that was being said very, very well.
Mm-mm.
And so I was reading the subtitles and I was like, wait, why would they use that word when they said this? You know, why would they say this? Why would they say that when they said this? They try to they turn around and thought they were William Shakespeare in the subtitling. They took a
Mm.
lot of liberties to make it a glossy and wordy and high intellect type of story and talking. When a lot of stuff was like, no, leave me alone. They were like, no, I don't feel that way. They would say things like that.
So
Or
yeah.
like when they say shut the hell up, they were like, you should be quiet. I don't want to talk about Gaku. That's what they would say in the subtitle. And I was like, that's not what was said. It was shut the hell up. So I found it very off. And
Yeah,
it
I
it,
get
it
you.
angered
I
me a
get
little bit because I was thinking for people that don't understand Japanese, this will come at it'll come more Aaron Sorkin than it needs to be.
So
Mm.
you watched it in the Japanese?
I watched it in
Japanese?
Japanese and I had the subtitle on
Okay.
just for words I wouldn't understand.
Mm, okay.
And I didn't feel like I didn't understand any of that. I understood all of it, and I was like, why would they make that the subtitle when it really said this?
Rakai, did you watch it in Japanese or in English?
The dub.
I watched it in English in the terrible,
It was terrible,
terrible
wasn't it?
English dub.
Oh,
Um, and it's one thing that the people who are the voice actors, when they're doing it in English, are they getting the gist of it? And no, so I'm not like Chuck here who understands, speaks, reads, writes Japanese. However, the it wasn't even close to matching the lips. And you could tell from things that were going on. It was like, was that was that what he said? Like, I don't know if that's it just it wasn't it wasn't gelling. It was to
yeah.
be 2024 and you give me 1987 Saturday morning Kung Fu Theater
All right.
dub, it just pisses me off.
Hold on.
Like,
It was like they were
Question.
laughing. Go
I have
ahead. Go
another
ahead.
question. Did y'all have the subtitles on when y'all were
I had the
watching this?
subtitles on.
yeah, I did.
So do the subtitles in the dub match? Were they saying the
No,
same thing? Okay.
no.
Okay.
Even
Usually
the
they don't.
action didn't. They were almost coming off as comical, but I was like, isn't this supposed to be a serious moment? Like the
So
brother just died. I'm like, I'm missing something here.
usually the subtitle is closer to the actual Japanese. And I felt there was some distance there. So I can only imagine what the dubs were like, because the dubs are usually based off of the written script in
Well,
Japanese
the
and not
voice
the
actors
actual.
who were speaking in English, they're like, you know what? The hell with the subtitles. I'm just gonna say what I feel. Like,
That's
what
usually because the
the hell
subtitles
is
are
going
based on in
on?
Japanese. The subtitles are
I
based
was
on
like, is this Madam
Japanese.
Web? What's happening?
It's funny you say that because Mark in the chat said they gave us a Madam Web.
He did say that. He did say it. Mark does against me. But that is a thing where the subtitles are usually based on the actual words that are spoken in Japanese, and the dub is based on the script. So they're usually dubs, and the words the subtitles of dubs should be definitely different than the subtitles of the actual original language.
See, I did switch over, right? I switched over to the original language with the subtitles, and it got a lot better for me from the acting perspective. It didn't have that sort of comical tone and we're kind of just talking about. So it was a lot better. But like I said, I ain't have time to necessarily sit there and read every single thing. So I listened to it in the English dub, and that's where then it started to fall all the way off.
Yeah, it was there was some Japanese comedy in it, but Japanese comedy's different. You know, it's a little bit more slapstick, but calm. It's like quiet slapstick. Like the assistant that came in that had the projector and he was carrying the projector, he had the braces. He's comic. The whole Bureau of Ninja crew was comic relief. But you would not know that unless you spoke Japanese, because how they
Yeah.
Japanese has levels of politeness and how they were speaking to each other and the type of Japanese they're speaking to each other.
Okay. All
They're
right.
grown men speaking very childish Japanese. And then
Okay.
very formal Japanese at the same time. So there's a lot of comedy in that. And I guess for the written script for American, they probably just made it all weird. But I kind of want to watch it for the Kung Fu Theater sub dub. I
It
kind
was
of
kind of
I,
1985.
I kind of want to see that because Netflix is usually really good about that, where they have tools set up where they can actually do proper subtitling um based on like proper dubs based on the actual lip movement and adaption. That's part of generative AI that's being used now. So they
Mm,
have generative AI programs that they're going to use in Hollywood that change people's lips for different languages.
well, this was
So it
not
mirrors
me.
what's being said by the voice actors that take over.
Okay. But we do have a story around this. So, Ricard, what'd you think about the quality of the acting for, season one?
The quality acting that it was okay. Um, I think that more than anything, the storyline is what failed me here.
Tell us.
I
Tell
I
us about
I I, I think that I think the acting was fine. The main son who we focused on, um, his apprehension and the guilt that he carried with him. For them to be shinobi, and I know it's not what they do, but this is a family in need of therapy because the death of Gaki, did nobody get over it and they just say, you know what, we're through with being shinobis. We're gonna go on and do something else.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody talked about it, nobody got over it. And there was a lot of key things in there that they could have been a lot better off and a lot tighter as a family if they did. Um, the mother, I don't know. They didn't really explain, and I get that they were trying to tell us that each one of them in their own way was bored with being normal. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to be normal. The
it.
mom is out here boosting, she's stealing everything she can just to show that she can. The daughter's out here heisting damn museums just as she can, or that was what kept her close to Gaki because he taught her to, do that kind of stuff. But it's like, I don't know, their communication amongst each other. And then I don't know. It was weird to me, and no, I don't understand. It was like, in Hellboy, you had that Bureau of Paranormal, whatever, and
Mhm.
you had the little guy, the little professor that was running Hellboy and his little team.
Mm-hmm.
So to have this little bureau of shinobis or whatever, so the Japanese FBI Secret Service that's running, shinobis and run them on missions. That shit was weird to me. Like, I I don't know. Like the Fuma clan or whatever, I understood them more than this clan who's run by the government. The government sends them out on missions. So now they special forces. Now is that what they are? They secret wet work team. They go out here and take stuff and then call in cleaners. Like this is a Japanese John Wick. Oh no. Mm-mm.
But
Okay.
but but that's part of the Japanese culture. That's
I
how
was
the
going.
ninjas were. The ninjas worked for government. Most shinobi work for governments. They're not ninjas. Most shinobi work for government.
I get
and
that, but
and
just the way
ninjas
that
work for the work.
they were like government employees though. Like I
Yeah,
just
yeah. Mhm.
But in that ninjas too were just like hired hands, right? For like
Ninjas were hired hands that live amongst the people, but they worked for the government or for whoever they worked, whatever lord. The lord is the
well,
government.
that's what I thought of. That's what I was trying to say.
And
Ninjas I
so
thought worked for the lords.
so whichever castle that was around you, because Japan, you have to understand, Japan was a bunch of small little countries where it became one big country. Tokugawa brought it together. They worked for whoever their lord was. And once
Mm,
Tokugawa brought it all together, they all worked for Tokugawa.
no,
yeah.
but what I'm
Divisions.
saying is the way that they presented the script, it
Yeah.
just seemed weird to me. I understand that, the shinobis always worked for whoever the Lord was, whoever the
Hmm.
emperor or whoever, you know what I'm saying, that they
Hmm.
were hired to do a job by somebody.
Hmm.
But to turn them into IMF, I was like, you know what I'm saying? The father is basically Tom Cruise and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
what? I
Yeah. He.
just I don't know, modern day shinobi where they're getting a pension and they getting a subsidy from the government in order
Hmm.
to live, and so our brewery doesn't go into receivership or we don't lose this business over here because we getting these funds from the government, so we continue to do wet work. Uh, ah, what?
Yeah. That was the cover, and they stopped doing it, so the brewery was suffering.
No,
But
I
that was
need
the
them to come
cover.
to the Shinobi and be like, you know what, we'll do it. We need 10,000 pieces of gold. We need 132 pieces of gold because that equals, $10 million. Whatever no. Mm-mm.
I needed
Yeah.
it to be like the front. And maybe I'm maybe making like on Western eyes. I figured like they were still a Shinobi clan. It was set back. The distillery was just the front, right?
It was the front.
Yeah,
And then
it was a
but
front.
then when Gaku died, they
Right.
quit.
Yeah, that was the
And the Ninja Bureau in Japanese, they wanted to bring them back in. They didn't know how to bring them back in. So that's why they caught the mother stealing
Yeah,
food
they
out of the grocery
manipulated the whole
store.
thing.
They
Yeah.
manipulated, yeah, they manipulated them back in. That's why Gaku changed. Because what Kotaro was saying made total sense. Like, you all are killing people because the government's telling you to kill them.
hmm
Like, that woman just had an affair. So her husband didn't want to be embarrassed, and y'all killed her. When did love become something to kill over? And for them, they're just doing jobs. They're a normal Japanese family doing a job. Like the mother and the father. The reason they got married in the first place because both of them were shinobi, and that's how they had to breed and create more shinobis. Because shinobis are built out of families.
right,
Yeah, and their marriage and all that stuff was arranged.
It was
So
right.
yeah,
arranged, yeah.
I get it.
But they love
But I
each
mean,
other
for
though.
them to be a clan, it wasn't but the 5, 6 of them or whatever.
Hmm.
They lost their oldest son.
Hmm. Who
Uh,
was highly skilled, apparently.
And I
I
did think
don't know. I
And their
just
youngest son wouldn't kill anybody. He's never killed anybody.
well,
He didn't
I
believe
thought
it.
he lost his heart like after his brother, or he thought his brother
No,
got killed.
before his
yeah,
brother
because
died, he didn't kill. His brother always looked out for
it
him.
looked like he was killing people on that boat until he got to the last dude where the dude started begging like,
Because that was the
That
dream he kept having. Yeah, that was the dream.
that may have been it, but he's always had a problem with killing. That's what his brother, when they were training, he said you always had a problem with going all the way to do things. So he would knock them out or injure them real bad, and Daku would go behind him and make sure everybody's dead.
mm,
I
So
need
he would
ninja to
never
kill
kill.
people,
He's
man.
it's not in him. He's like that's why Karen wanted to take his virginity from him. You
She
don't
did.
kill,
She was
plus
super dope. She was super dope, and
she
she
was
asked
about that life. Like,
she
what?
was
You're
like,
a virgin? I'm gonna
yeah,
take
like Shinobi
this.
can't have sex. She literally said that. She
Yeah,
said
she
Shinobi can't
did.
have sex, and
Yeah, she's
she
like,
was
I'm
like,
about to
what
get
about your
some of
mom and
this.
dad? And he was like, it was arranged, boy. If you don't smash them cheeks,
Yeah, she was like, no, I'm gonna smash that Peter. That's what she did. But no, but that's
yeah.
it. So
She
Gaku
told him
would
come
always
get
look
this
out
worm
for him.
mussy.
Because Gaku was like, you should never change. Because it made Gaku a better killer because Gaku realized his little brother's not gonna kill anybody. So he may injure them or knock them to the ground, look like he's killing them, but he doesn't finish them off. His brother comes and
Yeah, but
finishes.
but not only that too, that also set up the conflict we had at the end. when we got to figure out who Gaku really was and
Yes.
you know that what side he was playing for.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that because he still had a hold over his little brother, he knew that he wasn't really in danger of
No, of dying. You're not gonna kill me.
yeah.
Yeah, not at all, not at all.
You don't.
So,
You don't have that in you.
Chuck, so we didn't get a lot of action sequences,
Mm-mm.
but what did you think about the action sequences that we did get?
I thought they were okay. They were good for Japanese shows. Japanese shows are not on the same level as Korean shows or even American shows where the action goes all out and the choreography is really, really, really good. This felt like what we would call a soap opera or telenovela level, where it's like very, very flowery, very loose. Like, oh. There's not a lot of coordination. It's not a lot of like hit strikes. It doesn't look fast and swift and powerful. It looks like normal people trying to do martial arts. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it looked like. It was like they did that and they're not well practiced in it. But like their running cycles, like watching Nagi run and watching Haru run. I'm like, man, they should have worked on their running. But their martial arts were pretty good. I thought at the very end when the other ninja clan came in of women, when they showed up, I thought that was great. I loved how they were called in. Like how grandma made that call and how she talks to the
Mm-hmm.
old
Yeah.
girl. They don't use
Yeah.
words anymore because they think everybody's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
That was like,
So then, right, if Japanese shows don't necessarily like focus on the high impact action sequences, why did the trailer lead us to believe that's what we were
be-
getting?
because
Because
somebody
some
from
Americans
America
from
made it.
Netflix cut that
Cut
shit.
that shit. Yep. Americans from
Uh,
Netflix cut that shit. The Japanese trailer probably
They
didn't
was
talk
probably
about.
drinking a Red Bull, watching Sylvester Stallone reruns as they cut that shit,
No,
right?
they just got off of Brother's Son. It was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna outdo
Mm-hmm.
that shit with my
uh,
next
Yeah.
trailer.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
do
do
my
no
next
subject.
trailer better than that. Matter of fact, we're gonna hire the same team that did that trailer to do this trailer.
I don't want to
And
Yeah.
tell subjects, but I'm so disappointed in that
that's what
inconsistent
happened. That's what
food guy.
happened. Cause I'm pretty sure the Japanese trailer of this, if I'll go look at it, I never looked at it, you guys. But I can swear to you, it was about the family. And it
Mm.
talked and had they probably cut to like a couple of action scenes. They've had some Japanese pop or Japanese rock over top of the trailer. And they cut to Nagi saying, Gaku, Gaku son, Gaku ni. And ni, N-I-I. When she said Gaku ni, is like older brother. And that's very honorific. It's like it's to the point where it's Yakuza level honorific. Takuni,
Mm.
Haruni, that's big brother.
And
It's like Gaku.
somebody from America on the marketing team was like, "What is this shit?
Yep,
Change
yep.
this shit up."
You know, like the father who gave up a life of violence, who thought his wife only liked him because he was a shinobi, and him saying we're giving this all up, and he turned to the distillery trying to keep it alive, even though it was a fake operation. Thought she didn't love him anymore. And then he thought she was cheating on him with some other dude
He
out in
was
the street.
on
And she was
the
on a
bed.
mission that he
Yeah.
didn't know she was on because she knew she couldn't tell him that. This is all about relationships, personal relationships.
And then the
Because the
mother
old
thought that
boss
he was
came back.
cheating on her with his new assistant
Little
chick.
assistant.
That,
Yeah. Little hot chick with a
but to
nice
find,
voice.
but to find
Yep.
out he was getting played the whole time.
Whole time. She knew exactly what it would take for him to get her. Because people don't understand, he was looking at applications. And he was looking at how people stroked their kanji and how they wrote their kanji. And he said, shit, they put the wrong kanji down for this. And they're like, how about the previous people? He said they stroked their kanji wrong.
But then not only that, she came in wearing his favorite color.
She
And
wore the
she's
green.
hired.
She wore the
Yeah.
green. Yeah.
That's his favorite color, the
favorite
lucky
color at the
color. He's
time.
like, yep,
Uh-huh.
nope.
Uh-huh. And she
So are
always
we?
knew,
But
and
she
she
had done
always
her
matched his
research on
colors.
him.
Yep. And she
Hmm.
always matched his colors. Every time next time she wore matched her bag. Like she knew that about him.
So are we saying that maybe the story has more layers than
Hmm.
we originally
Yeah.
thought?
Yeah. I think the grandma sent that girl in from the Ninja Clan to be with her son. Because she was like, look, he's out of the game. And I don't want anything to happen to my son. You know, when they had that first conversation and Riku was
Hmm.
there and grandma and the other grandma were having tea and she was talking to her. And Riku was like, what the fuck is going on? He's 8 years old, like, and they're like, then the father walks by and she goes,
Mhm.
and she goes, they were talking. I think they actually set him up. He needs help with the brewery. She was saying he needs help with the sake brewery. Like he needs
Yeah.
help, and your clan can help him. And the and grandma was on the mom. Like, yeah. Like grandma knew she got caught. Grandma knew
Hmm.
everything that was going on in the house.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, well,
knew that
Grandma
Nagi was
called her a
stealing.
peasant at the beginning, like in episode one. Grandma was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, she's from a lower clan, or she's like basically a peasant or something like
Yeah.
that."
Yeah. But grandma knew Nagi was stealing art. She
Yeah,
knew Haru was talking to a girl. She knew it all.
yeah.
Grandma was on
Yeah.
her shit. That's
She
what
was sharp.
she
Secret.
was
Yeah, the
sharp.
matriarchs keep the secret, and she's the one who exposed it to like the little grandson, like the history of the clan. So
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the best lines in the whole show was the grandma said something about where she went and got the other clan of female ninjas to help out, and she said, yeah, she said there's alternative ways to fight. She said fighting doesn't mean that it's completely physical. She
Mm-hmm.
said just because I'm older doesn't mean I'm useless or whatever. She said
Mm-hmm.
something to that point, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's pretty
Well,
dope.
like when she moved the scroll. And Haru woke up and what's his name was down in the dojo, and she was like, and he was like, what are you doing out here? He said, I'm here to battle you. And talking to his little brother, and she's
Hmm.
like, and when he went down the stairs, she was like, there's rats in the building.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, she knew.
She knew.
She knew. Well, she knew when he first came back. The way she looked at him, she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, they got
something's
you.
off.
They got you.
Something's off."
They got you.
She's like, it's
Everybody
it's
else is happy that you're back, but nah,
it's
something's off.
coincidence that he happens to be released now when we going through this shit we going through. Yeah, something's off.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
I get that. So let's talk about the villains in this series.
Mm.
Because like, do you think they were worthy villains for the story that we got? Because your story is only as good as the villain is. Your protagonist can only rise to the level. Do you think we got a good villain in this series?
No, um, dude was. I mean, he was okay. And the thing that what I'm saying, he had is the Fuma clan, and he was sending them out, and so he got his position by default because he was the one that didn't die, and he killed Gaki. Um, but actually, who was more compelling than him was actually his right hand chick. Like she was the one that was a
Mm.
better villain than he was. It's just we didn't get enough of them being villainous. He got to the end, and I can't die and I'm immortal or whatever. Bullshit. Like it's just I I don't know. I didn't get enough from them. Like we did a lot more detecting to
Mm-hmm.
find them, but then when we found them, it was kind of anticlimactic. You know what I'm saying? He did a couple things. You're like, okay, that was cool, but you didn't get enough. I mean, hell, he'd been more villainous if he'd sat in a chair and laughed maniacally and stroked a kitten or some shit. I don't know, but I didn't get enough villain out of him. And for his main henchwoman, we definitely didn't get enough of her because she would have fit the bill, but we just didn't get enough of
Ayane.
her to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. For me, I think
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Randy. I don't
No,
want to
go ahead.
interrupt
Go
you.
ahead.
Go, no, you go.
The only thing I was gonna say, I agree with what Rick said. I didn't feel like I don't know. I just didn't feel like they could over. This was a villain that had a chance to win, and he wasn't menacing. I didn't think he was incredibly shrewd or smart. It was just like blah. It's like they almost thought about the villain as or the antagonist as an afterthought to me. And I just didn't like how he was ingratiated into the story, right? To help drive the story for a challenge for, the protagonist clan to
Hmm.
overcome. So I was a
Yeah,
little
at one point I was just like, okay, when's he gonna start monologuing? Cause shit is
But what I gathered, and this is me just interpreting what it was sounding in Japanese. Uh, um, Yasuke, when he came to the villain, when he came to 19th, he didn't become the 19th because he was ruthless or anything. It's just that all the other ones before him were dead. Like the uh the family, Tawara family on the boat killed all the succession of everybody. They
Mhm.
killed
Mhm.
everybody. And Ayame, she was technically up under him. And the hierarchy, pecking order is very important in Japan. You respect it. And so there's probably him and like five other people ahead of him. Is that Tawara killed everybody. So he actually became the head of the clan by folly, and he wasn't a properly trained ninja. So he took what he did know was create
Or
this
Shinobi,
religion.
was he probably
He's their ninja. The Fuma are ninja.
okay?
The Fuma are ninja. They're not about the Fuma means, wind demon. So they actually are fighters. But he's nowhere near the best fighter. He's the one that survived. Like if they would have killed him on the boat, it'd have been Ayame, the girl that's up under him, and she would have been ruthless. But for him, I'm not a good fighter, and you killed the five best fighters in the clan. I'm the guy next. I'm the guy next in line. And so he created a religion because that was his strength. If you notice all his scenes, he didn't show really any physical acumen. He thought he was a god because Haru didn't kill him. And that when Gaku was going around killing up all the ninjas that Haru didn't kill, he missed him. So God chose me to be immortal. Was hearing
I
these
thought that
two,
was probably one of the best things that villainy did, that they made the damn
yeah,
villains a damn self-help cult. That
yeah.
shit was genius.
It was
But
brilliant. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
And he realized, like Yasuke realized, I came to become Fuma because I needed help. I wasn't strong, and I'm not strong. So here it is. And I have Yame. She's my right hand, and she's strong as shit. So I don't have to do much of anything.
we should have got her story then. I mean, I get
And
it.
he had all these people following him. So his thing was, I'm not strong, but I'm smart and capable. I'm able to do something that no Fuma leader can do. All Fuma leaders kill everybody that they think is weak. I can literally kill everybody that is weak on the
But does
planet.
that make him for a good villain? Is the
No,
question.
no, I think it makes him a
I
different
think
type
that's
of
the
villain.
challenge. Like I
Like,
think that's the challenge for the series.
yeah, yeah. I think he's a more passive villain. Like he's watching the Hatari clan, like disguising themselves in the Tawaru. They don't have a problem killing anybody. They got their kids killing.
Yeah.
Nagi's not a full-fledged ninja. People don't understand. Nagi's not even a ninja. She didn't finish her training. She just took what her older brother taught her and used it because they quit. You
yeah,
know,
and we can see that when Ayami pretty much hands her ass.
hands her ass.
Yeah.
Yep. And how
And
quick she
even the
was to give
father
up the
had to come out of
scroll.
retirement, come to the rescue,
Mm-hmm.
and
And the
or
mother.
the mom or the dad, one of them set the little fire ring around her so the rest of the ninjas couldn't get to her.
Mm-hmm.
Cause yeah, she wasn't ready for that work.
And even the unit, them as a family unit worked, right?
You see them as a family unit.
As a family unit worked. So the mother and father get together and their fighting styles are so different that she sat there and was marveling, like, yeah, that's the man I married right there. When she was
Mm-hmm.
on the ground playing the damsel, when she's in her rogue stance with her hips up, staring at him like, oh yeah, he's gonna get something tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter what happens, he's getting this tonight.
She's like, I ain't seen him in a minute.
I ain't seen this guy in a minute. And he's putting in that work. He didn't pull the spear out the wood yet. Door opened up a little bit and he threw a spear through. And everybody was like, what just happened?
But we needed to see that. We
We
needed
needed to
to
see
see
that.
that from him
Yeah.
or
At that
somebody.
Yeah.
point, desperately. Not only that, did we need to see that? At
We
that
needed it
point,
in the show.
we were dangerously close to turning this shit off. Like,
Yes.
listen,
Yes.
cause like I'm got the House of Ninjas and I ain't seen no ninja shit.
Ain't seen
Yeah.
not one cool
Yeah.
ninja thing.
No. We saw a lot of shinobi stuff, like people sneaking around, Haru sneaking around with Karen, Nagi trying to figure out who stole the art, thinking it's her older brother. Everybody was doing their own little thing. except the father and the mother.
Yeah, but we
Then
don't
the
want
mother
to
got
caper.
caught.
For something called House of Ninjas, we don't want to
I
caper film.
No, we don't
We
want to caper.
won't, we won't.
But we always complain about Batman not giving us a good detective story until they gave us a good detective story, and we always criticize Batman films when there's no detective work in it.
I love Batman films. I love them.
They all
You
trash.
They ain't all trash. 22 were trash where the George Clooney one, was trash. And
He
yeah,
said, "Oh man, man, you the Val Kilmer,
it was just okay. It wasn't great. It just
boy,
wasn't great.
standing at the highest
It just
level,
wasn't great.
standing at
The only
the."
one that
But
was bad.
anyway,
Yeah, go
anyway, we're not gonna go into Bat. We're not gonna go to the Batman
Yeah, this isn't
film
about Batman. This is
filmography.
House of
It's not.
Ninjas.
It's about House of Ninjas.
It's House
They
of Ninjas.
gave us a detective story, and that's what Shinobi were known for. And they killed when they had to kill. And here it is: the Bureau of Ninjas had them out here killing when they weren't doing any detective work.
So
And I think and Kataru pointed that out. The head of the Fuma pointed it out. Yasuke, his real name Yasuke, pointed it out and was like, "Look, y'all were killing people, but y'all not doing any of the detective work y'all supposed to do
and we didn't
because they
know that,
told you to
right?
do it." Yeah, we
They
didn't know
might have
that.
been better off calling it like Shinobi or something
House of
like
Shinobi,
because
yeah, because every time somebody called them ninja, they corrected them
yeah, they did.
like you're
They
ninja.
did.
No, we're
But I thought they were the
Shinobi.
same. I thought they were the same thing. I
They're
thought
different.
ninja was just like a
Mm-mm,
slang that
mm-mm.
like Westerners used, and like Shinobi was the real
So
term.
that is exactly what we do here. So ninja is the class, but there's different branches in the class. And so Shinobi is saying we are the spies. We are the ones that sneak around and we stealth at night. We kill when we have to, but our goal is not to kill, is to actually get
Yeah, they
intelligence on
do.
what's
The
going on.
Shinobis do the recon work.
Recon.
Ninjas do the killing.
Ninjas the
And
killing.
ninjas probably plays better in the marketing department,
It
so that was
did. It
probably
did. It's like saying calling Kung Fu Kid Karate Kid.
right. No, yeah, it is.
It's exactly that
It
because
is
America.
right. You can't make
Hmm.
it a part of the franchise too, and say
That's right. Freedom's only a $1.05, so So,
America. So I think that's what it did. So
okay.
anybody y'all give it, I thought both of y'all gonna come here and give it snacks because they
I
did a
did give it a
lot
snack.
a lot of things. I thought even worse than that. I thought somebody's gonna give it a snack or cringeworthy because a lot of things were lost.
Well,
They
I
lost a
I
lot of
did it
things.
because I was like, I wonder how they're gonna rate it, and I'll give them a
Yeah.
chance to convince me that it wasn't, and that's what it was. I think it was a lot. It was a lot of things
Uh-huh.
I was lost on. I
So
just my
I
expectation.
no,
would say
I,
things to Rakai, and he would give me the stank eye. Even in the strange eye, it was the stank eye. Like really ninja, really ninja, really.
Yeah, and
And
so
it's because I'm listening to the Japanese, and I'm like, oh. Then I would read subtitles from time to time on words I didn't know. I was like, why did they say that? Because I got all the sentence, but like one word, and I was like, they didn't even use the word they said.
and
They didn't
I
use the word they
get it
said.
when I'm missing something. I'm like, it's
Hmm.
something going on here. I'm just not getting it. Right. So
Hmm.
I figured there was something different or more profound or interesting than what I was getting. So that was kind of what drove my snack rating.
Yeah, you're talking about
here's
a con.
here's
Hmm.
here's for me. It was like if you go to the store and you pick up a book and it's got this amazing cover on it. You read the synopsis on the back, and it reads amazing. Like, oh, this is gonna be full of action. Like I'm reading the new Jack Reacher story. And then when you start reading it, you're like,
Just the color
wait,
purple.
did I pick up the notebook? What the fuck? What
Hey,
is this? Like,
Miss
you
Silly?
know, and
Like, wait a minute.
and that was my disappointment with it. It wasn't
You
that
thought you picked up
it
Django and got 12 years a slave.
Man,
yeah, it's like
yeah,
what the
man.
hell?
Yeah.
And I think, you know what I'm saying?
Ah,
I honestly think that the story was a solid story. I think
mm,
a lot of that hinged from my disappointment because I did not
mm.
get what I felt like we were promised
Cognitive
to get and what
dissonance.
they led us to believe. It was a bait and switch. You know what I'm
Cognitive
saying? You
dissonance.
pulled
It
me in
happens.
and I was like, all right, I'm ready to get this. And they're like, yeah, we're sold out of that, but here, you can have this. So wait, what?
I was like,
What
where the
that?
swords at? Where's the little stars? You
Yeah,
know?
nobody threw a shuriken or nothing.
Yep.
Where's
You
Snake
know,
Eyes at this one? You know what I'm saying?
and actually they even explained that, which I was actually kind of appreciated. It's like, yeah, we don't use that shit. That's for, that's for the public. That's evidence. We don't use
Yep.
that shit. That
Yep.
lets
And that
everybody
makes
know
sense.
that
Still
ninjas been
didn't.
here. And I was like,
Yep.
that
I
The
makes
mean,
fact that
sense.
the Ninja Bureau didn't know another of the clan of ninjas was out there, and the grandmother covered it all up, and she just
Yeah, it's
laughed
like
about
y'all
it.
are terrible.
the
Yeah,
grandmother
yeah,
was dope. The
she was
grandmother was
dope.
probably
But
my favorite
I
character.
I can see how this show can give you cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
I think if the show was explained for what it was,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'd have watched it, maybe I wouldn't. But if it was at least honest in what I was gonna get, I probably would have
But
been a little bit different with it. But I mean, I think for what we were presented, which was a show about shinobi, show about ninjas that became a detective show, about a dysfunctional ass family, I still think that it was kind of middle of the road. Like
yeah,
it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing either. It
I
wasn't
agree with you.
great. It was just
I
kind
agree
of
with you.
So
okay. It happened.
It it
Please, let me get some more chair leg and blood boots, please.
it
please.
didn't the relationships didn't feel fulfilling, right? Like Korean dramas, the relationships you buy in on it. They're so over the top and you love them. These people are like kind of unlikable towards each other.
Right.
Like
Other than
like
the
yeah,
grandmother.
other than the
Yeah, other
grandmother,
than
but
grandmother.
Nagi came to Haru and was like said, "I want to talk to you about Gaku." And he basically tells her, "Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me about Big Brother."
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah,
he's on attention that he's dead because I didn't kill that one guy.
yeah, and I mean I can see that he's harboring a lot of
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. And I'm about to get this girl who's about to give me Nookie for the first time, so I
Oh
can't
yeah.
be focused on you.
Yeah,
So now that we kind of have a
Mhm,
background with the differences between the
mhm,
shinobi and the ninjas and the clans and the family,
mhm.
would you guys be interested in seeing a season 2 because maybe the story could resonate better with you? Either one of you. Rakai
That
give me the stink eye. You like,
yeah, he gave me that
not
face
I'm
too.
really, not
I'm
really.
good.
I think I'm kind of like Rakai. Like they can give me a second one, and if there's nothing else that I care to watch, I will watch
That
it.
that
I
right
mean,
there because
it's not
yeah,
bad. I just there's so many things in between my time that I want to watch. I told Rakai we're missing over. Hulu's throwing up shows, and I don't go to Hulu because there's commercials in my Hulu, and you know how me and commercials don't get along. I hate commercials more than I hate Owen Wilson. Y'all know how
Oh
bad that
Lord.
is.
oh
My YouTube doesn't even have commercials in
wow,
it. Yeah.
wow.
Yes, yes, yes. So my issue is that there's a lot of shows out here that are
Oh
really,
yeah.
really good. And I thought if this was a Korean drama, and I kept thinking this in my head, they would have done it different. I would have loved all the characters. First of all, everybody been gorgeous in a Korean drama. Let's get that right. Their medium is Miami, and Japan's hot is Kentucky. No offense to
Damn.
Kentucky at
That's
all.
sad as
Oh,
hell, dog. That's sad
damn.
in the mom.
Shouts out to Kentucky, man.
Shouts
Shouts
out
out
to
to
Kentucky.
Lexington, Louisville.
I
Shouts
say
out.
Don't
because we're
shout
all
out
from
Kentucky.
Kentucky. The reason
Don't
I use
shout that
Kentucky,
shit out.
I use Kentucky as an example because all of us have been to Kentucky, but that's what it is. Look,
Oh,
Korea brings it, guys. Y'all gotta admit, Korea had a woman with autism, be cute as hell.
She
oh,
was.
adorable.
She was super cute. She was super cute. We fall in love with her,
Yeah. All right, but let's stay
especially
on
when
this
she
one.
did her greeting. You know, we love her greeting.
Let's stay on this one so we don't
But
go down.
yeah, but so I would probably watch a second season because I want to see what happens to Yame. And since what's his name? Gaku is the 20 of Kotaro now. He's head of the Fuma clan. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see him pair off against his parents.
Mm.
I want to see that. And I want to see Riku master his skills and see if Nagi gets back involved with being a shinobi.
I mean, while that all could be good TV and could
Hmm.
be compelling, I just think it's like you, like there's only so many hours in a day. There's only so much, there's already so many things that vie for my attention. So if I'm gonna sit down and watch a show, like most of the time, like even all of the shows that we pick to cover for binge worthy, we never knowingly go in to pick a series and be like, oh, I heard this one's crap. Let's cover this. No, we pick shows to cover that we think we're gonna like. Sometimes we are pleasantly surprised. Sometimes we are way off the mark, and sometimes we get a show like this and like, it was mid. You know, it was not good, but it wasn't bad either. You know, it's just mid. And I just think of all the other stuff that I could use my time to watch, this would not be very high on my on the radar for me. It just if it came out a second season, I would not be like, oh, I gotta watch season 2. I'm like, I get around to it. I'll wait till Chuck watches it and be like, oh, it's good. It's way better than season. Really? Okay. Well, maybe I'll give it a go.
Maybe put it on your list. Don't trust my taste. My taste is horrible. But I call this show. It's like a cute person with a mildly good heart.
A cute person with what?
A mildly good heart. It's a cute person with a mildly good heart. Not fine with a bad heart, which can be a horrible, horrible situation, and not really cute with a really, really good heart. Just middle of the road of everything. It's middle of the road.
To me, it's like
I didn't like Karen. Karen got on my nerves.
A cute person, and you think she got potential, and then she turn around flat, dog. Like just nah, bro.
I like a cute person that's got like trashy friends, and she always want to hang out with her friends. That's what I'm
I just ran with this analogy. I just ran with it.
Yeah. Like, oh, baby boy, why you always bumping your gums to them girls? You need to tend to your man. That's how I feel about.
Yeah. And she got flat ass like that. I'm out.
Man, y'all were just damn. I just think that they've done this in show in Korea and it came out better. And I think it's Japan trying to find their legs because Asia has taken off in creating dramas and action shows, both Korea, China, and Southeast Asia.
Killing it.
Yeah. Southeast Asia is on the rise right now. We're going to see a lot of interesting probably come out of the Philippines and probably come out of like Vietnam and Thailand. Because I'm at Netflix looking at Thai dramas like, this is hilarious. And we've come out of Vietnam, like, this is hilarious. So I think Japan's got to find its footing.
Yeah.
They've been docile too long.
I can see.
Being in the same rut. Like, but things don't change often in Japan. They stay the same.
So but they got anime, and anime's killing.
Oh, that's another level though. Because those are the freaks and geeks that sit up under the bleachers in high school to smoke weed. That's who the anime crowd is. They're those kids. Like, fuck this school shit. The reason I'm here is because I can't go to art school, damn it. And parents are like, you need to go work for Toyota. I don't want to be like that. I'm gonna draw for a living. Like, did you go to your math class? What the fuck I need math for? I'm gonna draw
because you're gonna work for Sony, damn it. That's what you're gonna do.
They're like, fuck that shit. That's who those kids
Screw
are.
them.
That's
why I'm gonna go work for Microsoft.
Kids are. They're the weirdos. They're literally to take the TV show Freaks and Geeks and make them all Japanese. That's the people that make manga and anime and video games in Japan.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
All right, man. We don't need to prolong it anymore. So let's re-rate it. So I'm gonna start with you, Chuck. Unless you guys got something you want to talk about. Unless you got something else.
No. I think this is a great place to end it. I was gonna say that after y'all took my cute person analogy. I don't call it girl or male or female for everybody. My cute person analogy. And
just messed it all up.
Y'all just ran with it and ran
flat ass and trashy friends.
Right, flat asses and trashy friends. That's right. We just ruined your little analogy.
Dark Namja, Dark Namja says, I have family in Kentucky. Be nice. We do too.
We all
We
Hold
live
do
on,
there.
too.
We all
hold on,
I'm
grew up
hold
from
there.
on.
We all
Kentucky. We're all the way
yeah.
from
I'm in
Kentucky.
Kentucky right now.
You
So
are in
you got
Kentucky
family
right
here.
now.
I see that bullshit every day.
You're so stupid. It's true. We're gonna be nice. Dark Namja, you're right. We're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice on the people in the world. Um, I think this is gonna stay a mini meal for me, but I potentially will watch a season 2 because I'm curious about what's gonna happen with Gaku ni and Harumi from Nanji's perspective because she loves both of her brothers. And she loved her big brother the most because he was the one who trained her. Because the little brother couldn't train her because he won't kill anybody. And the big brother was covering for the little brother and killing everybody. That's an interesting dynamic. And your parents are just badasses by themselves. You
Okay. So
know,
you sticking with a mini meal?
I'm sticking with a mini meal.
All right.
I kind of want to go up, but I'm not going to go up because this show's not worthy to be called a full meal. Because I've seen some Korean shit that's similar to this that is fucking full meal to binge worthy.
I get it. I get it. I just can't now get the analogy out of my head. Flat asses and trashy friends. Anytime I can apply that commentary to IP, I just can't bring it up anymore. So I just can't, as a matter of principle. So I'm going to stick firm with my snack for for this. Flat asses
Wow,
and trashy
I wouldn't
friends.
say
Uh,
that. I wouldn't
no,
say that.
no,
But I understand y'all
I'm
have y'all's
good.
opinion. She got a
I'm
cute face though. She got a cute
She
face.
got a cute face, but she still got flat ass and trashy friends. We can't, you can't, you can't bring her to Thanksgiving.
We just made this all a girl. You know that, right?
I'm sorry, you're right.
We're gonna
Only
get
reason I made
killed
it
in the
was
we're gonna
because
killed in the comments.
I
We're
know
about to
I'm
get
just
banned. We're about to
attracted,
get canceled.
I'm just attracted to women, so that's what I could relate to. That's the only.
I get it. I get it. I
It's
get it.
not it,
I get it. I'm
whatever
just
your
saying.
preference is, that's fine. No discrimination here at the
So
Geekish
if it's
Network.
a dude, some people may like dudes of flat asses. I don't know
Right.
a girl
Or
that
maybe
does.
little Peters and bad friend. I don't know. I don't know what the equivalent is.
Trashy
I
friends,
don't know
little
what the
Peter.
equivalent is. I'm just attracted to women. That's it. That's the only reason I was saying it. I'm not overcompensating. And do you. It's for me. That's it.
Rodney's probably in our chat right now telling us to shut up and keep this moving. That's
I
what
know.
Rodney's probably
But
telling
God,
us.
bring us all home, man. How you gonna re-rate this?
You know what? If it was one or the other, I get it. But now that I think about it, like I said, it wasn't great and it wasn't terrible. I think I'm gonna drop down to a mini meal.
Didn't you
You got
start
a
off with a
flat
mini
ass.
meal?
No,
Yeah,
I started out.
mini
Yeah,
No,
meal.
you
I
started
would.
off with a mini meal.
Oh, well, I'm dropping down to a snack then. I'm dropping down to a snack because she got flat ass and trashy friends, dog. That's right now. Right now, you praying that you met her on a blind date. You praying that she got a good personality at least. Like it's not enough, dog. It's not enough.
Um,
Not enough.
All right. So, all right.
You can have one or the other, but you can't have both.
Can't
And
have both. You can't have
you
both.
can't have both. Mm-mm. Nah, bro.
she got a cute face though.
It's not enough. It's
That's
just
not
not
enough.
enough. Not
That's
enough.
not enough. Because
Yeah.
these day and age, hell, she showed up with a cute face. She get in the pool one time, that should be washed away. Goddamn
Lashes flow,
eyelashes,
no top of the pool.
Wow.
eyelash. You thinking
Wow.
it's
Wow.
caterpillars in
Wow. We
the
can wrap
pool
this
and
show
shit.
up, you guys. I'm tired of trying to be
Yeah,
getting canceled.
her,
Y'all
her
heard
lace
Charlemagne
front,
the
they glued
God. The hell
and
out
they
of this
came off her
show.
lace
Yeah.
front.
Y'all
Whatever your
Charlemagne the God.
preference is your preference, right?
I get it. I hear you. I
Whatever
hear
your
you. I
preference.
hear you.
We're not we're not body shaming or anything. I'm sorry. Flat ass and trashy
Just
friends are
did.
universal. It's
We're not
universal.
body shaming after we just did.
We
We're not
we're not body shaming them. We're not shaming you. You do what you do.
right.
I just don't like that shit.
That's it.
Shit, you could show up with the baddest BBL. Shit, these days I hear it smells. I don't know. I like natural shit.
Oh shit.
That's it. Right, right.
Oh
All right, so
I
that
don't
gives us
know.
a 2.33. So we're gonna
Oh
keep this.
shit.
We gonna keep this at a a snack.
You turned to a snack. It went from mini meal to a snack.
Woo!
We went for a snack.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a snack. So,
I can't
all
get you
right,
guys.
Rakan, got anything to say before we head out?
Y'all are so kind of special. See what you
where
had
can
me
people
do?
follow you to cancel your ass?
Hey, follow me right on over to at Nupe from the Ville, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. Give a damn.
Shock.
Cancel me as long as you click subscribe or whatever. Shit, I don't give a damn.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
Hope everybody subscribe to the Geekish Network. We got a lot of content like this coming. It never stops. This is how we are in personal lives. You can follow me at Charles Babb. I go by my first and last name on everything because I live by it. I'm uncancelable because the internet's not real. It's an imaginary place. And
That's
I'm
right.
there for it all.
That's right, because Al Gore invented that shit.
Yeah, like all kinds of imaginary tales. Those
Hell
stories
yeah.
are so good. And he
All
walked on
right.
water.
Hell yeah.
Shouts out
And
to
Donald
Digital
Trump's
Click.
hanging out with black people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh Lord. Shouts out to Digital Click. They provide all of our marketing and promotional needs. If you are ever in consideration for any marketing and promotional help for your organization, then please look forward or reach out to Digital Click. Shouts out to Rodney. He's our technical director. Put up the rating scales and our transitions and everything like that. One of the best in the business. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. That's one of the cool things about our show. If you comment in the chat, we will respond to you. Shout to Mark, who's a friend of the show. We got to get him on the show. And was it Dark Manja? Is it Manja?
Dark Namja.
Namja.
Namja,
Yeah.
Dark Namja, appreciate you for stopping in. For you guys out there, please share us. We are the Geekish Network. We are the premier BIPOC network, Black, Indigenous people of color. We have amazing people, dope people in front of the camera and behind the camera. And we do this to create content for people who look like you. So please support us. Click those like buttons, gives us those thumbs up. We are on YouTube, we're on Twitch. What else? Instagram, Facebook, all of the above. So
All that shit.
Yep.
OnlyFans, all that.
Not quite yet. Almost. Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
That's
You can find
hilarious.
me across all social media at John
That's hilarious.
Randolph. Reach out to me. I'd love to connect with you. Next week, we're going to do Netflix's The Gentleman. We're going to do The Gentleman. So tune back in for same bat time, same back channel. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.